It's Peacock O'Clock time. Thank you for joining us. Today is video 3, and we are talking about standards and their schedule. So a day in the life of Sister Missionaries. So let's talk about a typical schedule for a missionary.
Alrighty. Every morning we are to wake up at 6:30 and get outside to go running to get our exercise for our physical well-being and our mental and emotional well-being. We come back in and we have about an hour to eat and get ready, get dressed for the day, and then we plan and do some personal study just to set our day off on the right foot so we're spiritually minded and prepared for what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then always by 10 o'clock in the morning we get out the door and we talk to people and we go visit members, we teach lessons, and then we usually come in around noon to have lunch, and we get about 30 minutes to eat lunch, and then we do another study for our companionship study, and then we go back out, and then at 4 o'clock we have dinner, but that is for an hour. We eat at our apartments or we go out to eat, and then we're out and about until about 9 o'clock or 9:30 every night. And then from 9:30 to 10:30, it's kind of our downtime. It's our time to write in our journal and get ready for the next day. Some people take showers and just really like unwind and relax.
Nice. And then I've heard about this white handbook. So give me a little brief about what this is.
So this is the missionary handbook that teaches us the rules that we're supposed to follow and ways that we are to represent the Church of Jesus Christ and to better ourselves so that we can be good leaders and missionaries, just to help us be one in purpose with each other and in this work with sharing the gospel.
That's a nice little book.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of those guidelines. There's quite a few, I'm sure, even though it's such a little book. But we'll talk about
63 pages.
63 pages, wow. And we'll talk about just a few of basic ones we probably get a lot of questions about. First, media.
Media, that's a good one. A lot of people ask us about that. So with media, so that is like our entertainment, our music, what we can and can't watch, and like reading. And so everything we do, it has to be focused on Christ. And so our music, we can only listen to Christian music, anything that is uplifting and invites the Spirit into our car rides or when we're getting ready in the morning. And we don't listen to the radio. That is one of them. And the other one is we don't watch TV. We can only watch things that were produced by our church. And one of our favorite ones is the Restoration of the Gospel of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Look it up.
Look it up.
Joseph Smith, the prophet of the Restoration.
But then, like internet, we can't just go surf the internet. We can't go on Google. We have certain securities on our devices that won't allow us to go onto anything other than church-related websites.
And we don't read novels in our spare time or anything. We read works that have been approved by the church for us to read, and largely that's the scriptures. We read from the Old and New Testament, the King James Version of the Bible, and the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, the Pearl of Great Price, and we can also study from Preach My Gospel, which is the study resource for missionaries to better teach the gospel to people who want to learn more.
Nice. Okay. And what about contact with your family?
A good one. So we have one day out of the whole week to contact our family, and we can only contact them through email. And we get from 8 o'clock on Monday mornings to 6 p.m. to email our family and our friends. And then other than that, we get 2 phone calls or Skype calls with with our family on Christmas and Mother's Day, and those calls last about 40 minutes, and that's just to check in on how your family's doing and bear your testimony and talk about things that you've learned and just see each other because you don't see them for a while. And so that's the role with talking with families. But you can handwrite letters throughout the week and send them off.
Now, that preparation day on most places it's Monday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. is also our only day to prepare ourselves for the rest of the week, like doing our laundry and doing our grocery shopping, cleaning our home. Like we do daily things as needed, but like the deep clean, all of that stuff we wait till Monday. And so, yeah, it's a time that we are really just given to
Relax.
yeah.
So you don't
Get
go
ready.
shopping any other days
Mm-mm.
unless absolutely needed. You could
Yeah.
get help to go get things.
We can call our friends, our members of our church to help us do things if we can, if we absolutely need it.
Right, right. Let's talk about modesty.
Right, so we strive very diligently to represent the message that we share to others. So for women, that includes dressing conservatively and professionally. We wear dresses or skirts and blouses, and just try not to draw attention to away from our message and to ourselves. So like even with makeup, we try to keep it neutral or not attention seeking. And men wear like suits or white shirts and just slacks of some kind, because it really is just about, I don't know,
What you're saying.
yeah, what we say and not
versus
how we
you
look.
I like that.
You wear your Sunday best.
Right. Now, you do occasionally get to wear like jeans if you're doing some service.
Yeah, so if we're doing service like weeding a garden or painting, we get to wear our jeans or sweats, and they still have to be modest, like we can't wear super short shorts. One of the rules is our knees have to be covered, and we just are modest. That's like what Sister Missionaries said, that's how we stick out from the world.
That's how we dress.
Yeah.
All right. And let's talk about physical contact with all different people. So males, children, other women.
Yeah, so physical contact, we can start with children. We're not allowed to be alone with children in a room without another adult there, another another female adult. And we can't carry them or have them sit on our laps or anything that would throw us through a loop and get us in situations that could lead to further charges or things that could get us in trouble.
In case a kid fell
Yeah.
or got hurt or something.
Yeah.
You just avoid that happening.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay.
Yeah, and with members of the opposite sex, we are encouraged to really keep a professional relationship. So often we just shake hands, and it is really like up to the individual and like the spirit of what's going on. Like we are more than welcome to comfort people and to help them to feel the Savior's love. So we don't just hug people or like kiss them to show our affection, but to help other people to feel the Savior's love. So we keep it really,
Platonic.
yeah.
So if they are needing some comfort, then you might issue a hug then.
Yeah.
But you rarely need to issue one
Yeah.
unless you feel it's needed.
And like since we are women, we can hug other women, like to say hello or to like
Thank you.
thank
or,
you. It's just when it's with the opposite sex,
Okay.
I have to be a little more careful.
So those are some of the basic ones I know people have questions about. Are there any other things that come to mind or the things that you've felt by living these standards?
know as I've lived these standards, I have felt more happy. And when someone tries to say something about me, I know that I have been living worthy and righteously because of these rules. I can't be caught into trouble because trouble likes to find me sometimes. And if I live by every single one of these rules, then there's no way anyone can try to put that on me. And it's just cool because I feel my Savior's love for me and for the people more when I'm being exactly obedient.
Yeah. It really helps you to, I don't know, not worry about any other things, because if you're doing your best to do and live these standards, you know that your efforts are going to be enough, and that the Lord will bless you for doing your best and just being focused on the work. It helps.
Rather on the looks.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a good quote. It says, obedience brings blessings, but exact obedience brings miracles. And that's one that we strive to follow, because miracles are cool, and you get to see God's hand when you're exactly obedient to what He says.
Love that. Thank you so much, and we'll come back for the next video in a little while. Bye.
Bye.